When it comes to boxing, there are just a handful of fighters who are regarded by most experts as the best in the business. Muhammad Ali springs to mind. I suppose our own Joe Calzaghe as well.
Yeah, he's done pretty well, hasn't he? But our next guest is right up there at the top. For many, some say he's simply the best ever. You see, he won Olympic gold and then went on to become the only man, still is, to win world titles at 5 different weights.
We're talking, of course, about Sugar Ray Leonard, who's in Leeds tonight at a fundraising dinner for a charity called Jamfund, which helps youngsters with leukaemia. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Welcome to Leeds, Ray. So lovely to talk to you. Obviously, this role as a charity fundraiser is very important to you now, isn't it?
Yes, you know, I've done some wonderful things in the ring, but to do these services outside the ring, to be of help, is really special to me. I'm very passionate about charities, ones like, you know, the Jamfund, and also I am a spokesperson and a chairperson for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and trying to find a way to better research that will one day eradicate cancer.
Now, you see, many boxers struggle with life after boxing, don't they? When they come out of the ring and suddenly the spotlight goes. Is this how you've kept yourself focused?
Well, you know, Krista, I've had my share of problems too. When I retired back in 1982, at the tender age of 25, I went through a stage of limbo, but you know, I was able to put things back in perspective. But life is tough. You know, being a young man in the ring, being a champion, is no greater feeling. But once that ends, if you don't have a second plan, sometimes that can be a bit too much.
We've got some action of you now here, Ray, winning the gold medal back in Montreal.
Oh, you were a baby then.
But what was the hardest fight that you ever had, would you say, the hardest one?
Well, as an amateur, no question about it, was that Cuban fighter, Aldous Adames, that I won the gold medal from. That was my toughest amateur competition. But as far as professional speaking, Tommy Hitman Hearns and Roberto Duran were my toughest oppositions.
You spend quite a lot of time as a motivational speaker, don't you, of particularly talking to youngsters or to businesses about how to get up there and get on. If you could say to any of our viewers tonight, if you could give them one piece of advice as someone who's been right up there at the top, what would that advice be?
Well, I always use boxing or fighting as a metaphor because we're all fighters in some sense of the word. We get knocked down, like in the economy and in the ring and what have you. We need a great corner. All the things that apply to become a world champion are applicable in life. I just tell them, you know what, take a deep breath, put yourself together, and go back at it. And that's why I'm so excited about being here, because I'm looking forward to a world tour next year to benefit my foundation, Sugar Ray Leonard Foundation, that will benefit charities like the Jamfund.
We wish you well tonight. Thank you very much indeed for coming on Look North. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Absolute joy. Thanks very much, Sugar Ray. Yes, pretty good, wasn't it? Pretty good.